Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. We stay at a pretty epic camp in Port Lincoln National Park at a place called Fishermans Point. We find one of the best rock pools on our travels so far, and we get the boat in the water and wet a line in the hope of finding this elusive King George whiting.
Check this massive fish out.
We also try our hand at catching and cooking some razor fish.
Smaller.
Well, we made it to Port Lincoln and I'm off to the laundromat. We've got one right in the centre of town here and I've got a fair bit of washing to do. Just a small amount.
What's that, 6 days worth?
Yeah, something like that.
6 or 8 days? 6 or 7 days?
6 or 7 days, yeah.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up with our weekly videos.
Just a few minutes.
How much is this, son?
$7 a load.
$7 bucks.
That's it.
How many loads?
3. Handy little tip. I keep my $1 and $2 coins in these little multivitamin jars. It's really, really handy and I just store them in my laundry bag.
So we're on our way to Fisheries Bay and we've just pulled in to Port Lincoln. We've stopped at the Ravens Bay Community Sports Club and they've got drinking water where we can fill our water tanks up, and they've also got a dump point and bin. So how fantastic is this that Port Lincoln supports people that travel? All right, so we've just arrived. Not a bad setup. They're pretty sort of narrow sort of sites. They are directly on the actual car park. So this is like a day parking area where members of the public are just going to come out and park. So we're just right here and the car park's right there. There are toilets over there. We're only here for 2 nights, but there's direct beach access. I can't wait to actually look at what the beach looks like.
Look at the stairs over there. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that. How nice is that?
Oh, it's a bit fresh, isn't it?
What do you reckon of this, babe?
This is gorgeous. Stunning.
Awesome little cove, isn't it?
Yeah, if I was into surfing, I reckon it'd be a good beach to catch some waves.
As we walked down, we noticed there's a staircase just about there somewhere. So we might have to go over and explore that. Looks like you might be able to walk down to the rocks or something.
some kind of like lookout or access point or something. There's another set of stairs over there.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I can see that, yep. Wow, it is beautiful. Water's pretty cold though.
Yeah, it's fresh. So we've walked to the other end of the beach, having a bit of a look around, and I've come across this. It's a Port Jackson shark egg. You ever see one of these? That's what it is. I mean, this one might be empty or unfertilized, not sure, but that's what they are. Pretty cool, hey?
So we just walked all the way along the beach up to the headland up here, and we found this little secret sort of staircase that sort of leads up. Looks like it's man-made and it's had a bit of concrete and stuff put on there. Definitely not council approved, I don't think, at all. But yeah, you can see all the way over to the other side of the bay, and just over the other side there, I believe is Whalers Bay or Whalers Cove or something like that.
Whalers Way?
Whalers Way, maybe?
Yeah.
All over there. So we're probably going to go check that out maybe today or possibly tomorrow.
Scrubbing in the tub, thinking everything was alright.
Can't get over how soft this sand is at this beach, hey?
It's like walking on marshmallow.
Like, check that out. You can see our footprints all the way along, how deep they go. Normally when you walk down near the waterline, it's all fairly firm, compact and hard. But like everywhere, all the way along the beach, it's all super soft.
It's like walking on a marshmallow or a pillow or a jumping
It's
pillow.
very silky smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, super light. Well, it's day 2 here at Fishery Bay, and we've had some windy night, and it absolutely bucketed down at one point. Now, it's not raining right at this minute, but we did get quite a fair bit of rain, which I guess is good for the area. It is very dry here. But it has put a bit of a spanner in the works in terms of what we were planning on doing today. We might head into town. I don't know, are we still going to go check out Whalers Way?
Yeah, we might go for a drive and have a look. But yeah, we were planning to do some snorkeling and stuff, but
It's very overcast and it's a bit cooler than normal. But yeah, no, we'll still get out and about in the car and check things out.
Well, we've made it around to the other headland here at Fisheries Bay, and right down there is the staircase that we could see from all the way on the other side of the beach. As you can see in the background, it's a bit of a gloomy day. There's lots of clouds, scattered showers everywhere. So interesting to note is that the road that sort of takes you up to this lookout here, it's a dead end, and then you can get phone reception here. But interesting to know is that on the way in here, there is actually another caravan and campground where you need a key to get through the gate. So we found this little walking track just up here near the lookout, which follows the coastline a little bit further this way. So we're going to go there and explore.
Wow, have we just found the most epic rock pool ever? I think we have. This is amazing, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. It looks like, I don't know, a champagne bottle or a spa bath with the jets going off. Only problem is, there's not really a safe way to get down there. It looks a bit sketchy.
No, it's pretty sketchy. There used to be a ladder.
Yeah, Wiki
somewhere.
Camps, we'll drop the pin because Wiki Camps shows you where it is here at Whalers Way. And in the photos that people have taken, there used to be some kind of old steel framed ladder to get down there. But now, she's a bit of a goat track. With older kids, I'd probably go down there. But with our little ones, I don't feel safe doing it. But we'll admire from a distance. How beautiful would this be
on a beautiful day?
Like
when the sun's out, man.
It's stunning now. So imagine what it would be like with full sun blazing.
We are leaving Fisheries Bay. Look, we're there for 2 nights. Look, worth a stopover, but probably not worth a holiday. The actual campsite itself is literally on the road, well, on the side of the road, should I say, and where we're sort of stopped is right at the day use area. So you're going to get everyone airing up and airing down when they're sort of driving on the beach. Look, the beach is spectacular.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And the rock pools are magnificent.
Yeah.
Pity we didn't have good weather.
Yeah, we didn't have good weather, yeah.
Again, we're getting in the habit of this.
But what we're trying to say is, look, it's probably great for a 1 or 2 nighter stopover, but we probably wouldn't recommend staying there for like a holiday for a week or anything.
No, definitely not.
It didn't seem like fishing was great. People were trying to fish, no one was catching anything.
Yeah, and you've got some toilets there and bins, which is really good.
Yeah, handy.
Yeah. So,
and you are only 30 minutes from Port Lincoln.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Which isn't too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on to Fishermans Point now, and I'm hoping the weather gods are going to be within our favour and give us some reasonable weather. I'm not going to ask for brilliant weather. I'm going to ask for some reasonable weather.
Fair weather, that's all we want.
So we can get the boat out, and I want to chase some whiting.
Bumpy?
Oh, 6 kilometres of this dirt road. It's a shocker. You can probably see and feel and hear. Probably one of the worst roads I've been on, I think, on this trip so far. The one out to Jim's Beach was like the Bruce Highway. It was great.
But you complained about that one.
Yeah, compared to this though.
Wow, we made it. We are at Fisherman's Point. Check this out. For $20 a night, this behind me is our view for the next 4 nights. This,
$20 a night.
yeah, is pretty amazing. Adam is just going to set the boat up behind me there, get that inflated, see if we can't get it down onto the beach for some fishing. Here he comes.
Yeah. $20 a night. Waterfront views like this.
Epic.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm going to take you a bit closer because the water is stunning. Let's see, can you see that? Look at that. Someone's already out there on a paddleboard, so I'll have to get my paddleboard out. Resurrected, it hasn't been out since Rapid Bay. And then we've even, and I'm pretty stoked about this one, we've even got a spot for the old hammock. Woo! Loving it. Well, morning.
morning.
Day 2.
Yep, day 2.
In Port Lincoln National Park, and we have the boat inflated, ready to go, and we're hoping to take it out after lunch because it's a little bit blowy at the moment.
A little bit windy at the moment and a little bit overcast. It's starting to fine up a bit now.
Yeah,
and we're just
clouds
hoping
starting
that,
to clear.
yeah, we're hoping that it's going to clear up a little bit better and we can get out on the bay and have a bit of a fish, catch some whiting.
Looking forward to it.
We're heading up to the lighthouse. We're going to make the most of our time and head up to the lighthouse and check out a couple of the other little beaches and stuff
In the park?
In the park here.
I'm hoping to see the island of seals across from the lighthouse.
Yeah, so apparently there's a bit of a tourist trap, well, not tourist trap, I've got to say, but a tourist destination where they take all the boats for tourists and they show them the seals on the island. So you can actually see that off the coast here, I believe. So we're going to go check that out as well.
Emu!
Oh, emu straight up.
We both did it. I got it. As an emu. No, we both
There we go.
So we both did
Oh, a couple of emus.
Oh, two. Must have been
Straight
one.
up.
Oh, Edward. Edward the emu.
I saw another one. Yeah, I saw another one.
So we've made it here to Cape Donington in the National Park, and across the water is Donington Island, and over there apparently is home to sea lions and seals. And then off in the distance you can see all the fishing boats and trawlers, and then way off in the distance closer to Port Lincoln you can see the tuna farms. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit windy, a little bit choppy, but a beautiful vantage point.
You see anything, bud?
No, I wish I had my binoculars.
All right, so this one's Cape Donington Lighthouse. The original structure was built in 1905 and then it was replaced in 1979 by this concrete one here. So it stands 14 metres tall and was converted from kerosene to electric back then as well. Now it's probably not the prettiest lighthouse that we've seen in our travels, but I guess it serves its purpose. So we just pulled up at September Beach just for a toilet break and a quick look around. And I've got to say, September Beach, very, very nice. Beautiful outlook. They've got this awesome structure here with a table and chairs and everything. Also toilets. And Ollie's actually just hurt himself. He was walking to the toilet and he's tripped over and he's grazed his chest and his arm and all sorts of things, and his leg. So Sarah's just sort of patching him up now. But thank God we've got the little survival first aid kit that we keep in the car. And he'll be back all fixed up, back to himself in no time. So we're just going for a little walk to a place called Little September Beach. And it's about 400 metres from the car park down this bit of a rocky sort of trail. And hopefully there's a nice beach at the end here.
But even when I was 5, I didn't get hurried.
Well, check out this little beauty. This is Little September Beach, and it is a stunning private little beach. Absolutely gorgeous. Small little waves rolling in. It'd be perfect for a little dip.
All right, we got the boat in now and we're gonna go out and get some fish. The weather has improved. The wind's still up a little bit, so I don't know how far we'll get into the bay, but we're quite protected here in the Fisherman's Bay here, or Fisherman's Point or whatever.
Point, yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna, oh, what's that? We're gonna get out there and see if we can get some whiting. All right, Lockie's first fish, a little tiny Tommy Rough. We'll chuck him back and hopefully we can get some bigger brothers, eh? All right, time to move on. We're only getting really tiny little Tommy Roughs here. So we're gonna try to head up a little bit further around in the bay. The wind is picking up a little bit more and hopefully we can land those elusive King George whiting. Sarah's on. What do you got, babe?
I don't know.
Oh, it looks like good whiting, I reckon.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, he's a stonker. Oh, I'm on too. I'm on.
I got nothing.
I've got a whiting as well. Look at this. Oh, mine's a little bit small, but Mum's, look at Mum's. Holy smokes.
Oh, holy, that
You really smack her in the head. Whoa. Good job. Here's my little one that I caught. Nice little King George whiting, too small. We'll chuck him back and hopefully we'll get his mum or dad. All right, so we've just moved around to this sort of main headland, I suppose you'd call it, Sarah,
Yeah.
of Port Lincoln. You can actually, we're just around the corner from the lighthouse, actually. We found a nice little sheltered spot. We were getting smashed over there in the bay with the winds that were coming through. And as you can sort of see here, she's a bit flatty. So I'm gonna try our luck here. We've got one whiting in the bag, not enough for a good feed, but hopefully we get some more. What do you got?
A wrasse.
I don't know if that's a
believe.
wrasse, eh?
No? Or a cod?
Don't know what it is.
Can I have a
Where's
rag?
your phone, Dad? I think we can need
Something. We definitely need to get better at identifying fish species, eh? I know what Tommy Roughs look like. I know what whiting look like. Snook, salmon.
Goatfish.
We now know
Goatfish,
what a
yeah.
goatfish looks like, a red mullet.
Yeah. Well, check this massive fish out. Little Tommy Rough. So we'll, he's really tiny. Probably good for bait fish, but we're not sort of geared up for that. But anyway, we'll chuck him back and see if we can, what else we can catch. There he is. Whoa! Nice!
Four! Wow! Oh, sit down.
That was pretty cool. Dolphins.
More like six! Dolphins. Look at that big one! Holy God! There's a big one chasing us!
How was the fishing, babe?
It was all right.
Did get very chopped up on the way back on in, and
Yeah, it wasn't the pleasantest experience to come back on, but
No.
you know, you expect that with an inflatable and a little bit of chop.
yeah, we went like we went a fair way. We probably went like 5 or 6
Yeah, we were
k's,
down near the lighthouse.
which is a fair distance to drive. But anyhow, we caught one big whiting that Sarah caught.
37 centimetres.
Yeah, and we caught another whiting, a bit smaller, and then
And
a
then a
Tommy
Tommy.
Rough.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of a feed, but not a haul. I wouldn't
No, we
call
might
it.
have to put them on ice and maybe go back out tomorrow and catch some more.
Yeah, hopefully. We're catching these other fish, and I don't know what they are. I'll put a picture up on the screen. If you know what they are, let me know. But we're catching plenty of them, but
Don't know if they're any
don't know
good
if
for
they're
eating.
any. Yeah. So,
Anyway, look forward to, we'll drag this back up to the camp, right? And
Yep.
then hopefully we can take it back out tomorrow. Less
Yeah.
wind, I hope.
oh, fingers crossed.
So this is our resident kangaroo, and we have been caring for her for the last couple of days with dishes of water. And Adam's just put that dish of water out, fresh one, and she's just drunk the whole thing.
Yeah, it's very dry here.
Very dry. And then I've thrown her out some scrap carrot. She's having a bit of a chew, a mung. She's so cute. Oh, feel for him.
Alright, so this morning we've come down to Wiseman's shack in search for some razorfish. We were going to go out in the boat, however it is a little bit windy for our little boat on this bay here, so we thought we'd do this instead. We haven't done this before, so we're going to try our hand at it and see if we can find some razorfish and then cook them up and try them out. Alright, so this is the razorfish that we're actually after. So this is one half of the shell. So they actually stick up out of the sand like this, and they've got this razor sharp sort of edge here. And then inside, they've got like a bit of a heart here, and it's crossed between a bit of like an abalone and a scallop. Anyway, this is what we're targeting, so we'll keep walking. All right, well, we have discovered a little patch here, and they look like this. So they're pretty interesting. This one's only a fairly small one, but we're onto a bit of a hole here, I reckon. So we're gonna start filling up. I think we're allowed 25 of these, yeah, per person per day. So we won't get too many because we don't know if we'll like them, but we'll get some to try.
All right, I think down here at my feet there's a bit sticking up. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Yep, it's one there.
Maybe need to take the lid off the bucket.
Oh, they're stuck in the ground. There we go. Oh.
Hey.
There you go, that's a good size one.
All right.
They're actually quite like hard to get out. I've got gloves on. You probably don't need gloves because you sort of grab them from, you know, quite low. But yeah, just be careful when you're walking around because you don't want to be trotting on these because apparently they will, like you can see that razor fine edge, cut your crocs.
It's really hard when the wind's blowing and the sun's not out to sort of see clearly through the water. Yeah. And it makes ripples in the water and you can't really see. So we're giving a go. Oh, I think there's one sticking out here, Adam. Yep. Oh, two. There's another one there. Big one.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Three, actually.
Hold that back. They sort of seem to like form sort of like in patches, like there'll be nothing and then there'll be like a bunch of them. You sort of got to rock them sort of side to side.
There's another one here too.
And then pull up. That's
a decent size one.
Yeah, it's got a good size. Wait for the water to sort of clear. Oh. Right here. And a little one, that one.
It's all right too. Name a boot, name a shoe.
Alright. Pretty is that one. Got a bit of a
yeah, I find when they're really upright and vertical, they're a bit more difficult to get out, but when they're sort of on a lean, on an angle, they sort of seem to pull out easier, don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe as they get bigger and larger, they sort of stand themselves more upright. So in this instance, I feel like the hunter and Adam is the gatherer.
I'm just the one with the gloves on, getting wet.
And I'm the one holding the camera in the bucket. So I'm scout. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, I reckon it's enough.
Got ourselves a little haul.
It's probably what, probably got about 20 then?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe sort of in total across us 4, so that's well underneath our limit. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll go back now and we'll show you how to break them up because it's a bit of a learning experience for us too. So, all right, so we're now back at camp and we're going to give these razorfish a go at cleaning. Basically, I think from what we can see is that you end up smashing the end off, like so. That sort of exposes the tail. Get your knife and you follow the knife around along the side here, like that. Here's all open. Just watching your knife, give it a little twist. Sort of get your finger in there and you bust the shell open. And that will expose. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this. We're amateurs. Anyway, I'll get the knife, and there's the bit there, not that part there.
Can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Just run the knife down there. That'll release him up a bit. Well, I think
You've sliced through.
I've sliced through the scallop. Oh, anyway, you pull this other junk off. Apparently, you keep this for the for like whiting bait. Apparently.
And then that round medallion bit is
yeah.
you eat.
So this part here, I've actually cut through a little bit, and then to get it off the shell, let's get your knife, give him a little slide along, and there you have it. A little bit of meat. So, like they say it's a cross between an abalone and a scallop. A little bit chewier than a scallop and a
bit sweeter.
Sweeter.
Said, yeah.
So anyway, we'll give them a go. You know, if we don't put it out the next video, you know why? Because we're dead.
We're in hospital with food poisoning.
Anyway, we'll finish the rest off. If you know what I'm doing wrong, let us know in the comments. I'd love to know how to do these because if they're pretty tasty, we might see if we can track some more down on our travels as well. I think I'm on the right track.
I think you've just got to avoid going too deep.
Yeah, but you need to sort of cut the... That wasn't too bad, that one.
I'm actually fascinated about the anatomy of them on the inside.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting, aren't
Oh. Same as buying pippies. Just gonna fry these off in some butter, garlic, salt and pepper. And I don't think they'll need long. So I just tried to clean them up and cut off any of the dark or mucky coloured bits, just kept all the white fleshy bits.
I'm actually looking forward to actually tasting these and see what they're like. And if they're any good, these might be on the agenda a bit more often, eh?
Yeah.
Miss.
All right, first taste of the, let's pick a decent one.
Yeah. Who's you asking?
I'm glad it's you first.
Okay. How much damage do you need?
A little bit chewy,
Maybe they're overcooked.
That's what I took a little.
but they're actually pretty nice.
Yeah?
Like,
Okay.
I rate them.
Alright, my turn. I'm gonna go this one.
They've got quite like a nice flavour. They'd be like nice in like a pasta dish or a bit of a seafood marinara or something, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing like a carbonara or marinara. Yeah.
Yeah, high five.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Fisherman's Point, babe. What do you reckon?
Pretty good. I'm gonna say if we had the perfect weather, this would be my favourite camp spot. It's still second, I reckon, for me. I loved Wallaroo. Then Jim's Beach was right up there, but this one I think has overtaken Jim's Beach because we were able to fish.
We're able to fish, yeah. Like in this
Big
little bay.
waters.
And this little bay here is absolutely amazing. Like it's really, really nice, and it's well protected from the wind. So even though like out in the middle of the bay there, it's quite choppy, you're really protected here in this bay.
Yeah.
So,
if it had been a bit warmer, I would have for sure gotten the paddleboard out and had a good little explore on that.
Yep.
And snorkel probably. Not that there's much to see, but just to practice for the boys, for the Ningaloo.
But $20 a night can't go wrong. Like any of these actual campgrounds in the Port Lincoln National Park are amazing.
Stunning views,
Aren't they?
and the wildlife, dolphins, seals, stingrays.
Yep.
it was highly recommended. Would love to come back.
And even like we're on site 14, aren't we? Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
But the best ones probably for Fisherman's Point are 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Any of those sort of higher numbers are pretty good. The lower numbers are on the other sort of side of the point, but look, you can't go wrong like any of these, like for $20, like.
No, they're all magic. And there's toilets here.
Yeah.
2 lots of drop toilets.
Yep.
Clean, yeah.
Yeah, super
Couldn't ask
clean.
for more.
You can get your boat down here, like literally like 200 metres down. There's like you can get access onto the beach here and
Launch it from there.
launch it from there. It is a bit soft, the sand, so you end up probably dropping your tyre,
Air
press it
pressure
down.
down, yeah.
We did try to join the 50 PSI club, but it was a bit soft. But so
Anyway, guys, we love that you're tuning in every week and watching us, and we love the support.
absolutely.
And we can't wait to catch you on the next one.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.